See you once again. We're broadcasting live from our secondary ed studios, and we're 521 on your dial, moving from left to right. Good to see you all again. Let me invite you all into the room so I can see your bright, shiny faces. Got a few more people that are straggling in here for just a minute. How's everybody doing this week? Now that we're getting a little bit cooler, right? The sweat box is diminishing somewhat. Maybe even we'll get a chance of rain here in a few days. We'll see. Okay, we've got a few more people still wandering in. We're having trouble finding the room. We're checking in as we go here. I think we're just about there. Okay, so tonight we're going to start with a happy hour, and we'll be looking at the IQ, rather the quick write for tonight, on how to get your mind to read, which will lead us into a discussion about technology. And the reason I do it this way is because while Chapter 1 gives us a good introduction about literacy and disciplinary literacy and content literacy, Chapter 2 is about technology or informational communication technology, and it's a little bit outdated. So I want to take a little bit of a diversion from that and present some ideas relative to some of the challenges in using technology, and that will take up most of the evening tonight. Now, your IQs that you put into the folder are great. Some of you are still late on those, so if you haven't figured out yet how to put it into the Google folder, then stick around after class and we'll do a little mini insert.
One question.
Yes.
You're doing like the gradings. You graded them, right?
Pardon me?
You graded them, right? The one thing I wanted to ask was, what was that /RK, like something out of RK? I see that you did put a number.
Yeah, so if it's complete, you got a 10 with my initials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My initials are RK.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. Okay, good. Any other questions? We're going to talk a bit more about the Google folder tonight, too, in a little bit. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, by the way, remember that if you need to take a little break, restrooms are right down the hall. So feel free to just use as needed. We're going to start tonight with our typical nervous system reset. So we're just going to sit back, relax, and I invite you to just follow the easy directions, and we'll just sort of get our minds focused here. I keep waiting for a trout to jump out of that screen, but it never seems to happen. Okay, a couple of ideas to kind of set the tone here. As this poster says, reading gives us some place to go when we have to stay where we are, which certainly would describe the last few years when we were on quarantine and lockdown and all that. And this particular guy has a little bit different situation. No thanks, reading is my escape. So, it depends on your situation and where you are, I guess, is the idea here. Okay, in the Google folder, you have two folders. One is the IQ folder, and the other one is the Quick Write folder. So when I went through, I retitled all of your folders in this format so that it's easy for me to track what I'm reading, because sometimes work comes in late, and without the right labels, I don't know what I'm looking at. So if you would take a minute and just look this over, and when you title your Quick Write or your IQ, title it the same way it is here. And then when you put it into the Google folder, title the folder the same way. I don't need your name on the folder because it's your folder, but just if you will put the IQ or the Quick Write number and then the title of the selection. And if it's a chapter, the chapter number and the title, and then the Quick Write will be the title of the article. Any questions on that? And if you go into your Google folder and look at your the IQ that I graded, you'll find that I've changed the title so it matches this format. Okay. So the Quick Write that we're doing for tonight is how to get your mind to read. It's our first one. I want to talk a little bit about our happy hour format. We're going to be going into some breakout groups. Now, when we're in general session, I invite you to turn on the gallery view so you see everybody else's face so that you're not looking at mine the entire time. And for the Quick Write, what I can recommend is that when you type it out, that you create a 521 folder on your desktop so that you can put all your quote papers in there, so that when we're working on the Quick Write with the IQ, it's easy to bring them up. And then at the end of class, you'll drop them into the Google folder. You can also print it out. I like hard copy when I'm talking about them, so I usually have a copy printed out. And then, again, you'll take a few minutes to read the article and then do your Quick Write form. And then, again, you can put it into that folder. When we're done with it at the end of class, then you'll drop it into your Google folder that night. Okay, and that's how we'll begin most of our class sessions. For the protocol and the procedure, you'll go to a breakout room with about 4 to 5 other people. You'll introduce yourself to the people that you're with. Also, you're going to share your information on the Quick Write form, and when you share it, it's going to be a rotation. So the first thing you'll do is to share the paraphrase that you came up with. So each of you take a turn, and then from there, you'll pick one word from your word choices. And if somebody chooses a word that you chose, then just pick another word. You have 5 to choose from. And then after a few minutes in the group, roughly 10 minutes, we'll come back out and we'll do a whole group debrief on the Quick Write, and that'll launch us into tonight's discussion. Okay? And I'll be hopping around to check and make sure that there's not any questions or anything like that. Okay? All right. So we have our groups. You should have your Quick Write, and you're going to be flying out of here and meet some new friends. Again, I invite you to share your video so people can see who they're talking to. We want to make it as personal as we can in the challenge of this type of environment. Okay, here we go.
Hello. Hi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
Do you think this is all of us, or are we still waiting for more? I think it's all of us.